Hey everybody, like I promised, I'm going to show you how to make a filtration system for your water. That way, regardless of what water issues you may have, you can still have safe drinking water. What I've got here today are 2 food-grade buckets, 1 food-grade lid, and a little something they call a Gamma2 Seal food-grade lid. And all this is, it's a screw-in lid. That way you can still keep it on there and it's easier to fill your bucket. Now, how do I know if something's food grade? If you will look on your plastic container, the majority of your containers will have a little triangle, and inside that triangle it'll have a number. Your food grade numbers will be 1, 2, 4, or 5. This is a 2, and what the 2 stands for is polyethylene. So what you're going to need 2 buckets. You're going to need 1 regular lid, 2 if you want. Again, I went with the Gamma2 Seal. You're also going to need a cooler spigot kit. I got these off Amazon. I got 2 sets for like $5. I got these filters off of Amazon. These are just like the Berkey filters, only these are like $30 to where the Berkey filters are like $70. So these are half price. Again, on Amazon. You can do this whole system for less than $100, less than $50 if you do like stainless steel pots that you get from like Dollar Tree. You don't have to do the same way I'm doing. It's just a regular filter, and you have to prime it before you can put it in. So first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to get my spigot and everything ready to go. I'm going to have a 5/8 inch drill bit for the spigot and a 3/8 inch for the filter. So I'm going to go ahead and get my holes drilled, and then we'll pick up from there. So for the spigot, you want to make sure that you have enough clearance that whenever you sit your bucket on the countertop or on the tabletop, it doesn't hit the counter. So I'm going to take it up about an inch and a half from the bottom. Find out where I need to be, and that's where I'm going to drill my hole. And don't worry about the shards or anything, because we're going to come back with sandpaper and clean it up. Whenever I say you want to clean it up, there's a little bit of flashing, a little bit of plastic. You do not want that in your water. So you need to take your sandpaper, come in here, and clean that up. Okay, so your spigot kit comes with a spigot, almost like a coffee urn spigot, 2 rubber seals, and a installation nut. So what we're going to do is just get our spigot in here. So now that we're sure that it fits, I'm going to put the rubber seal on the spigot. And thread it on. Then with the other seal and the nut, I want to do to install it on the inside of the bucket. One thing you need to know though, these are just plastic. Do not over tighten them. You don't really need any tools or power tools, even wrenches. The only thing you need to worry about is whether or not that rubber seal actually seals the water from escaping. And we'll check that afterwards whenever we go to rinse it out and everything. Now for our top bucket, I'll go ahead and put the lid for the bottom bucket in position. With my 3/8 inch drill bit, I'm going to drill 2 holes since I have 2 filters. I'm going to drill them right across from each other. Then we're going to clean those up with sandpaper, get all the flashing off of them as well, and then we'll install the filters. I'm unwrapping these, and it's just a big charcoal filter, and you have to activate the charcoal. You have to get it wet before you can actually use it. So even though we're going to install it, we're going to get it wet before we install it. Make sure my holes work, and they do. Again, just gonna get the filters wet, gonna activate the charcoal. Now it's a good time to run it from the inside also. If you look close, you can see little bubbles and water coming out of the filter. It's because I'm activating the inside. So we just charged the filters, or primed them, flushed them, cleaned them, activated them, whatever you want to call it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these filters and install them from the inside of the bucket through the bottom of the bucket and the lid. It's got another little rubber grommet, rubber seal. You want to put that on your filter because that's going against the bottom of your bucket, and your bucket's going to have water in it. You can see the bottom of the filter. It's got a wing nut. Got to put your wing nut on. Do not over tighten it, just get it snug because you have another filter to put on. So with the other filter in, and we've already got our spigot on the bottom bucket, so all it's going to take now is rinse these out. They recommend you using a food dye or a food color. Myself, I don't like using food colors, so what we'll do is probably run 10 gallons through this to let the filters activate correctly. This is all gravity fed, so the more water you run through it, the better it'll get. Again, these are just plastic. Do not over tighten them. You just want to make sure that your filters are in here, and when you have water in here, you want to make sure that no water comes past the filter. It should be coming through the filter. So again, you have the bottom of your filter sticking out the top of the lid for the bottom bucket. Do not set that on the ground. Do not set it on the countertop. You can damage the filter. Once this is on the bucket, you don't have to take it off of that bottom bucket. That's why I went and got that Gamma2 Seal. We're going to go ahead and run water through this. I'm just using a garden hose. Everybody knows garden hose is okay, but it tastes funny. We're going to see how that tastes. Before I get this fuller than I can hold, let's see if we're leaking any water. Nope, the only water we got coming out is coming out through the filter hole. Right around 2.5 gallons of water. It's gravity dripping into the bottom bucket. It's not going to happen really fast because they're really dense carbon filters. While that's doing that, we're going to go ahead and install a Gamma2 Seal. If you're using anything other than tap water or even garden hose water, I highly recommend a mosquito net or a bug screen to help catch any type of debris. You can use pond water, creek water, you name it. And this will take care of a lot of contaminants. Look on the box for these filters. It tells you the contaminants that are reduced are included but not limited to trihomethanes, I don't know how to say some of these, bromochloromethane, bromoform, chloroform, dibrochloromethane. Again, I don't know what the heavy metals. Let's look at the heavy metals. Aluminum, antimony, barium, cadmium, cobalt, chromium, copper, iron, lead, mercury, molybdenum, nickel, vanadium, zinc. Also reduces arsenic, manganese, MBAs, PCBs, petroleum products. Remember just a few months ago, the huge spill up in Ohio? They had to drink bottled water. Reduces gasoline, diesel, crude oil, kerosene, mineral spirits, selenium, thallium, rust, silt, sediment, turbidity, foul taste, and odors. Our water here in Bell, every time we have a drought to where we haven't had rain for a couple months, our water starts tasting and smelling like sulfur, rotten eggs. This will take care of that. Now, I went on Amazon, got all my stuff from Amazon. I spent over $100. You can do it cheaper. Go to Dollar Tree. The most expensive thing you should have to pay for is the filter itself. 2 of these I got for $15. You can have good water.